I couldn't blame drugs because I've been brought up around crime. Like, crime's always been around us. It was just growing up from a bin. Like, crime's always been around us. Like, from where I'm from, I'm like not from Shoes, I'm from Bolton. It's like very close, but it's like got a little bit of a bad reputation for itself. Like, it's been a rough little area, and that's where I'm from really. It's like, it's not the nicest of places. Like, plenty of drug use around there. Like, not a place like, well, I've got kids now, it's not a place I would bring my kids up. Well, all my friends around us have got a criminal record, so it just says, and all my friends are basically from Bolton, and we're from the same area, so.
It's crime in every community. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you want to commit crime, you can go out and commit it, can't you? Yeah. I wouldn't say it was because I was from there. I mean, I lived in Spennymoor, I committed crime. Now I've lived there, I've committed crime here, so it doesn't matter where you're from. If you want to go out and commit crime, you're going to go out and commit crime, aren't you?
I think kind of with some types of offending, say if you're a DV perpetrator, your belief systems come from, your experiences, what you've been subject to in the media, you don't live in a vacuum, roles, etc., etc. And that can kind of be universal, really, if you like. But I think, I hate to feed this, but I think, sometimes we see alcohol-fueled behaviour and kind of what's behind that and the values and the beliefs that underpin that, and then that behaviour spills over into the household. I think there's something to do with the culture in the North East in terms of even moving from office to office. I worked in the Gateshead office prior to here, and I noted here there's a lot of alcohol-related offences. I don't know whether that's because we're on a coast. This was a party town at one point. There's a lot of domestic violence offences here as well. Is that linked to the alcohol use? So I think, yeah. I don't know whether if kind of their belief system, they live up to their belief system. There's an expectation, they come from a history where drinking's acceptable and, and then they continue with that. This is how you're expected to behave. Or if you like, things become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you look at the big market in the town, it's party central, so people play up to that. Yeah, we're great in the north, we'll love a party, we'll go out with no coat on.
These kind of behaviours are carried out all over the world.
Yeah.
Especially in poverty-stricken areas. I mean, we're quite privileged living in Britain. As far as poverty goes, I know we're sort of, there's not a lot of money and make jobs and stuff like that. I've travelled about quite a bit, as well, and I've seen really, I don't know if it's called abstract poverty, whatever you call it. When someone's really got no state handouts, benefits, they've got nothing. Places like Lima, Peru. Africa, some parts of Europe, South America, places like that, where a woman might just have a little shack and, a bit of fish or a fish head to eat, really. And we are quite comfortable compared to that. But still, with the likes of television and, people putting things in your mind, what you might desire, you tend to go for that. So you think, well, you haven't got enough money, I'll steal to buy this or I'll steal to buy that, and really don't really need it.
Well, I'm South Shields born and bred, so I know the area very, very well. We no longer have the shipyards, we no longer have the mines where people would have automatically gone into them for employment. But South Tyneside as well, I think one of the big traits of South Tyneside is the major alcohol misuse problems with young people and the violence around that. And I think that's got a lot to do with being a coastal region and also the amount of pubs within the area. So you find that a lot. And there is a lot of young men who actually come in here because of the violence and aggression relating to alcohol. Heroin a few years ago was very high on the agenda within South Shields, South Tyneside as well, but it seems to have gone more so towards amphetamine and cannabis misuse now. You know, South Tyneside seems to be somewhere down the line. You've got the likes of Hartlepool or Middlesbrough somewhere. They'll have a new drug come on board, and it takes a long time for it to get to South Shields. But amphetamine seems to be a main one at the moment. And like I say, alcohol misuse. Don't get us wrong, there still is heroin misuse within South Shields, but we don't seem to be getting as many through at the moment. But you have your fits and starts.